stirring the coffee with one giant chopstick of truth and love and one K-Bar tactical chopstick using the Vortex method, the only true way to optimize the taste of your coffee at the molecular level. Good morning. Welcome to the Daybreak Show. Good morning. Welcome to the Daybreak Show. We'll get started, but first, coffee. This is actually Trader Joe's French roast, whole bean, just always a good cup, always. I usually roast my own coffee outside, actually, every couple of weeks, but every now and then I just pick up a bag when I'm out, and I like the French roast by Trader Joe's. They also have one called a Five Country blend. It's pretty nice, too. Nice. I was on the record saying this in 2009, and it's still true today. You must network. You must join a mastermind group of some type. What is a mountain to one person is just a phone call to another. Here's a good example. I personally know a professional guy who is literally at the top of the entertainment world, where it would take you anywhere between 6 months and a year to meet with him. That's if they think you are worth their time. You might be able to get past a couple of his gatekeepers and secretary and agent and all this stuff. But I can meet with them anytime I want because they're a friend. It's just a phone call. What is a mountain to you is nothing but a phone call to me. If I say, I'd love you to meet so-and-so sometime this week, do you think you could make that happen? And the reality is it happens. Hence my statement, you are always one person away from the one person who can change your life. So let me ask you this. Who do you need to meet in order to change your life? What type of person do you need to meet to change the trajectory of your life? It's not always the decision maker or the mover and shaker that you need to meet. Sometimes it's their friend, their partner, their associate that does that. You must join a mastermind group. I call my mastermind group my personal board of directors. They keep me on point, they keep me accountable, and they keep me connected with people because you're going to make money. Every dollar you make because of people. So task number one is start to be good with people. How about the women who say, I don't do one night stands or I'm not into hookups? Really? They will never admit it. It'll never be on their official record. When a woman says that, you'll hear stuff like, I only had 4 boyfriends. But they'll never include the one night stands, the hookups, co-workers on business trips, hotel bars, or old boyfriends that stop by for a quickie. Happens all the time. You just don't know about it. Men always lie about the number of women that they've been with, or they exaggerate. Women always lie about the men that they haven't been with. Did you ever notice how some single women's homes are squeaky clean and organized? That's because their freaky sex life is so out of control and guilt-producing. They have to have at least one thing in their life that's under their control and in order. If you know, you know. Here's something to do. Don't go out to eat for 2 to 3 months. Nothing. No eating out at all. No drive-thrus, no convenience store, nothing. Eat everything at home. Make everything that you eat. You make it. Prepare it in your kitchen. Then, when you do eat out, it tastes odd. It tastes overly salty, and you feel like crap after. And then you feel lethargic, and you feel like you overate. Just try eating at home. If you can't do it for 2 or 3 months, just try it for 2 or 3 weeks. It's just making all your own food, taking a lunch to work, not eating out at all. And when you do eat out, man, what a weird experience it is. How weird you will feel. Gentlemen, when she blindsides you with a divorce or a breakup, I'm the guy that you need to talk to. We've known that for a long time now. Number one, here's 10 points that I want you to know. Number one, a divorce does not define you. You are not a divorced man. Even when you fill out forms, it'll say single, married, divorced. Once you are divorced, you are single. Stop identifying as a divorced man. Stop it. It's almost like admitting you're broken. There's something broken about you. Like everything works except this. You ever try to sell a vehicle where one thing isn't working and then that one little thing ends up defining the whole vehicle? It runs great, but there's a dash light on. It runs great. I drive it every day, but the cruise control doesn't work. Don't be defined like, I'm good. Everything's great with me. I'm doing well, but I'm divorced. Do not market your faults. Do not market your past by saying that you are a divorced man out in public. I'm not talking about when you're coaching with me or being mentored. When you're out in public, do not identify as a divorced man. When you are forced to fill out applications and like choose your relationship status, you're always single. Always. Number two, there is life after divorce. I know it doesn't feel like it. When you're going through it, there's a couple things that happen. You feel like you're the only one in the world going through it. And you feel like it will never end. The pain, the confusion, both of those are lies. You're not the only one. There's a lot of other people going through it, and they're coping better than you. That is why you need to seek out support and help and camaraderie with others who made it over the hump through the issues that you are now going through. And number two, it's going to end. It's finite. There's a beginning and an end to your grief. But you play a big role in that. If you don't actively start working towards healing and recreating a new normal, guess what? It'll never happen. It doesn't happen on its own. Number three, save the man, not the marriage. Stop trying to get her back and get you back. I say that all the time. Send yourself flowers. Stop trying to send her flowers and do things for her. She made a decision to leave you and probably made that decision long before she dropped the bomb on you. I like to say that if you save the man, the marriage might stand a chance. But if you save the marriage, 9 times out of 10, there's death by 1,000 concessions. There's way too many things you have to give up. And I'm not talking about being prideful. It's just that you will never be right, ever. When you restore a marriage that's somewhere, let's just say that she was unfaithful. You're going to save that? That car has been totaled. It's time to give it up. And when I say stop trying to get her back and get you back, that means just all of your efforts of trying to restore what once was are going to be fruitless. It's not going to happen. We are naturally hopeful. We naturally want to restore things in our lives. It's not going to work, my brother. It's not going to work. If she cheated on you, which to me is the only real reason for a divorce if you are filing for divorce. If she cheated on you, anytime she is late, 5 minutes late for something in the future, your mind is going to go to her infidelity right away. It could take years to build trust, but only one 5 minute indiscretion, 10-minute indiscretion, one little thing in a hallway, in a hotel bar, in a business trip, at the gym. Just one little thing can destroy 10 years of trust, 20 years, 30 years of trust. Believe me, I work with men every single day who are in acute distress over things like this. Every single day. Everybody's stories fall into a couple different categories. No one is completely unique. Number five, she can divorce you, but your beloved kids don't divorce you and they still need their father. The kids don't divorce you, their mother does. And one of the ways that she will use to punish you is through the kids. The easiest way to manipulate a man is through the children. The kids are the prize and the weapon. Do not allow the children to be weaponized. Number six, attorneys are horrible at guiding you mentally. When you need a plumber, you don't hire a carpenter. You hire a coach, a former therapist like me, to help you maintain your sanity as you're going through a distressing event. Lawyers will not bring you peace. They are not going to bring you peace. Take my word for it. They're going to have their hand out and they want their retainer and they want their money. They're like jukeboxes. Stop putting money in and the music stops. Number 7, realize that all your reactions are emotional before they are rational. Let me say that again. Realize that all of your reactions are emotional before they are rational. That is why I like to say stop, breathe, think, take a rest, sleep on it. There's no reason to react right away to anything because everybody, you and me, we all react emotionally first. And this is why you must become a stable stoic. Keep your hands in your pockets, keep your mouth shut. Don't escalate a situation. 9 times out of 10, we make our situations worse. We complicate our lives by our emotional reactions. Remember, emotions can be your enemy, and sentimentalism is a trap. Number 8, like I said, keep your mouth shut and your hands in your pockets and realize that everything you ever said to her, emailed, or texted will be used against you in court in a divorce proceeding. Number 9, the woman you married who knows everything about you is no longer your friend or advocate. Stop treating her as such. The minute she wants a divorce, she's instant enemy and not looking out for your best interests. As a husband, as a father, as a citizen, she will do everything she can to destroy you. And the minute she hires an attorney, it just becomes war at that point. And 10, talk to a trusted brother, a friend, or a coach on how to proceed when you're going through a divorce or a breakup where there's children involved. Here's an unpopular opinion. The cross you gave her, the cross that you gave her on a chain, goes around her neck, that was dancing on another man's scrotum not too long after she broke up with you. That'll wake you up from your idealism slumber. She didn't leave you to go to a convent. Get that through your head. And in the back of your head, you still miss her. You still think that you would take her back. It's like taking back a car that was stolen, off-roaded, and has 50,000 more miles on it. Do you really want that back? When she left you, you doubled your income. She doubled her body count. Your ex has a new man, but before him, she dated several, as you probably already know. But replace the word date with fuck. She fucked several men after she fucked you and before the guy she's fucking right now. And she did stuff with them that she'd never do with you. But one thing is for sure, she told all of them that you are just some guy that she used to know. As I've said in the past, modern men brag about how many women they've been with. Modern women brag about how many men they haven't been with. And both are liars. No one goes around bragging about their bad spending history, impulsiveness, or poor credit score, right? But men run around in the men's community bragging about sexual body count. In what world is that normal? Seriously, where is that normal? Bragging about how many women you've been with. I was embarrassed about my reckless and irresponsible sexual behavior in my younger years. Now it's a bullet point on the modern man's resume. It's like bragging about a credit score of 100 or how much you lost in a casino. Good job. This is kind of weird. Guys' most popular pants now are joggers. Like you wear joggers. It's kind of like tapered at the ankle, loose fitting. But no one's jogging in them. Most of the women who are wearing yoga pants don't do yoga. And I asked, what other trendy garments or items do people wear, but not for the original purpose? Did you ever hear the phrase, don't shit where you eat? It's a simple phrase meaning don't mix business with pleasure, dating or fooling around with a coworker, boss, or an employee. I've rarely seen anything good come out of these scenarios, although fun, slightly dangerous, and a quite effective distraction from a job, marriage, relationship, or family life that you're not happy with. But I would say, don't shit where you eat. It went from please get this to you can't come here for the holidays to free Krispy Kreme donuts if you get it to I can't date unjabbed people to get it or you can't work here to screw your freedom, as Arnold Schwarzenegger said. You are your own primary care physician. Don't let anyone tell you what you need for your body. We just went through 5 years of medical tyranny, and it divided the world into like an 80-20. 80% of the world proved that they are sheep. 20% said, I will not comply. Again, the government is not your friend. Don't think that for 1 second. Went through a breakup or divorce, replace her. You don't miss the software, the bullshit. You miss the hardware, her image, her breasts, her hips, her butt, her face, her legs. That's what you miss. So, do I advocate for just going out and having sex with random women or on a dating site or a swipe site? No. Replace her. Have coffee dates. Have a walk date. Date other gals. Keep it light until you no longer miss her. You only miss the hardware, not the software. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Good night. Whatever happened to charm, culture, charisma, friendly persuasion, and influence? The whole modern man movement culture went from zero to being tough guy with a tough voice and tattoos and sound bites and putting other men down, talking shit, zero etiquette, and running through woman after woman after woman. Being a cultured, charismatic man has nothing to do with height, being handsome, jacked, wealthy, driving fancy cars, or having your way with women. Although they can be part of it, they are not the core attributes. The Dos Equis guy was more of a tongue-in-cheek display of a man who sat with kings and kissed the queen's hand, lived an adventurous life, and cleaned up well. Even into his golden years, people wanted to be around him. It doesn't have to be fiction, but if you chase manosphere ideals, you'll be just another insignificant, impotent, and irrelevant man as you age. And it's coming faster than you think. The best version of yourself is to be charming, cultured, charismatic, and friendly, and firm. Things that you rarely hear anyone talk about. Gentlemen, 90% of all women will flake on you. Absolute fact. It might be because of you, but most likely not. She'll never share her real deal breakers, but know this one thing. When a woman leaves you, whether it be a wife or a girlfriend, that means she thinks that she can do better. That is it. There's no other reason. The genuine desire is not there. It's gone. It left a long time ago. Work out all you want. Make all the money you want. Be as successful as you can be. It boils down to desire. If you're dating, you should get those desire signals by the end of the first date. If you're married, it's the lack of connection and intimacy, which leads to desire and its lack. Then someone ends up sleeping in the other room, the spare room, the guest room. Modern women have a lot of thirsty male options, but they aren't afraid to exercise them. You must be indifferent, sir. They don't deserve more. You don't owe women a better life. We are wired to provide as men. They are programmed to receive. But turn the faucet off. Turn off the flow of love and provision to a woman who doesn't appreciate your sacrifice. Be a considerate gentleman to everyone, but not specifically to women. Some people say, I'd never hold a door for a woman. I say that I hold doors for women, but I also hold doors for everyone. If someone's right behind me as I'm walking into a convenience store or gas station, I always hold the door for them. Always. Because that's what a gentleman does. Simps basically just do things for women and nothing for anyone else. If you do things for women or have a special behavior that's just set aside for women, you will always be left feeling unfulfilled. because a woman can never reciprocate. They're not wired to reciprocate. If she's not giving you babies, making a difference in this world with you, co-partnering with you to create something that will outlive you, then what exactly is she giving you that you can't get for a fraction of the cost and commitment? You got a good one? Well, guess what? She's one of the 10%. Consider yourself blessed. You don't have a woman? Consider yourself blessed. Be content in whatever situation that you're in. In business or love, when the vibe is not mutual, don't overstay your welcome. You can't make someone want you more. Be at peace and let it go. Desire needs to flow in both directions. Gentlemen, you need to be a desire detector. If you are not detecting desire coming from her, there's nothing you can do to manufacture that, because a woman's desire for you is pretty much determined within minutes. She looks at you and she says, I want to be close to him. She looks at your hands and thinks, I want those hands on me. She looks at your mouth and wants, like, fantasizes about you kissing her. That happens quickly when you meet somebody. Quickly. And it's obvious. That is why men, you need to be, single men, you need to be a desire detector. And if you don't feel the sensual energy from her, not necessarily sexual energy, don't chase it. Don't try to manufacture it. Desire is not something you can buy or create. It happens naturally. Move on, gentlemen, with your dignity intact. If there's no spark, no chemistry, no physical desire, if she doesn't want your body, she's just not that into you. Be the gentleman, be good to yourself, accept it, and move on. You can't force desire. Desire and its velocity has to be mutual. If it's not, nothing's going to happen. You're wasting your time. She's wasting your time. You need to be a better gatekeeper of your resources, a better steward of your time. You can go and spend money on a woman. Guess what? And if it doesn't work out, you can always get money back. But guess what? There's nothing worse than a woman who wastes your time, because that's one thing you can't get back is time. You've heard me say this in the past. Learn to despise people that waste your time. No, you can't pick my brain. No, I won't meet you for lunch. That takes too much time. Men are in for a terrible letdown if they don't wake up from their idealism slumber. I woke up 20 years ago, 44 years old. Don't go into your golden years, your 40s and 50s and 60s and 70s, in an idealism trance. You'll be healthier, wealthier, and more optimistic. You'll automatically repel life's bullshit and contentious women. It'll roll off your back. You won't fret. But note that being decisive takes practice. It doesn't happen perfectly on the first try. The more you are decisive, the easier it gets. Then you get to the place where decisiveness is just second nature. You instinctively steer away from troublemaking women without even thinking. You can smell it and recognize it from a mile away. But men have this unique ability to complicate their lives and then justify why they do it. As Robert Greene in his book, The 48 Laws of Power, says, avoid the unlucky and the unhappy. Stop romanticizing relationships. The sooner you wake up from idealism, the sooner you live healthier, wealthier, and stress-free. How do you change your career trajectory, the direction that you're going in with your career? Number one, you need to flip the script. You need to be in charge of it rather than having someone else be in charge of it. Number two, don't be someone's bitch. People will disrespect you in the workplace because you let them, because no one ever disagrees with them. Offer solutions and not complaints at your job, because complaining is very commonplace and you know it. Don't participate in groupthink. You're different than everyone else. How do you make yourself different? The first thing you can do is I like to say this, and you know this. This will roll off your tongue. Chest out, stomach in, shoulders back, head held high, and walk 25% faster than everybody. And finally, have a 6-month, a 1-year, and a 5-year plan for your career. If I ask you, where are you going to be in 6 months? Where are you going to be in a year? Where are you going to be in 5 years? Most people don't know because they just allow the current of the river, of the stream, to take them where it goes. People are jellyfish. They just go where the current takes them. It takes a fish with a backbone to swim against the current. As my father used to say to me, plan your work and work your plan. What does it mean to maintain frame as a man? To be a man that has frame. Number one, be independent from validation from a woman. A woman is no reason to lose weight, to go to the gym, to make more money. That's actually the worst reason for anything. The worst motivation is a woman because she could be here 1 minute and gone the next. And most of you have experienced that. Number two, boundaries are your friend. Mutual respect is the foundation. If you are constantly tested by a woman, create distance. Number three, continuous growth is a factor in maintaining frame. Always be working on yourself, both mentally and physically. This includes your career, your fitness, your earning capacity, which relates to productivity. Being a man of purpose and ambition on a mission makes you more attractive and resilient, not just to women, but to everyone in the world, regardless of what happens in a relationship or at work. Be a man on a mission. Number four, mastering your emotions is absolutely critical. This doesn't mean suppressing them, but rather not letting them control your behavior. Maintaining your frame means staying calm and grounded during challenges and conflicts. Delay your emotions, but don't deny them. Be the stable stoic. Pre-plan your grief reactions if at all possible as well. Number five, remember everyone reacts emotionally before they react rationally. The solution, stop, breathe, think. I over E, intellect over emotions. Number six, maintaining your frame means staying calm and grounded during challenges and conflicts. That is so important. Number seven, the scarcity mindset versus the abundance mindset. Avoid thinking from a place of scarcity, like I need to keep her at all costs. Instead, adopt an abundance mindset. Recognize there's plenty of opportunities for fulfilling relationships. You don't need to settle for a dynamic where your value is not recognized. She's not that special if she's not a team player. Number eight, lead the relationship. This doesn't mean controlling her, but rather being confident in leading and setting the tone of the relationship. This involves making decisions, being decisive, offering direction. Women stay attracted to a man who has a sense of purpose and direction, but it's not foolproof. Number nine, mutual respect and contribution. Healthy relationships are built on mutual respect and shared goals. Both parties, must contribute equally to the well-being of the relationship. You can't be the only one trying to make things work. Number 10, don't allow yourself to be defined by the relationship, but rather letting the relationship complement your life. It's about being someone who adds value through your presence while also expecting the same in return. You make each other want to be a better person. And with that, finish your coffee. French roast from Trader Joe's. And I'll see you on the next Daybreak Show, your home of sanity, clarity, and reason.
Do you have a son, a brother, a friend, a young man that you know that's going down the wrong path and they need coaching and mentoring? Because the people that you're close to, they're going to listen to everybody but you. If you have someone that you know in your life, I don't care what the age is, and they've made bad decisions, they've suffered the consequences of bad decisions, whether it be a bad marriage, bad divorce, losing a job, maybe being in jail, I can tell you right now, I can help. Been doing this a long time. Hit me up if you know someone like that. People who know me refer people to me all the time, and I'm happy to help. It's not cheap, but neither is staying stuck. Get some guy in your life that you care about and that you love, and you don't want to see him go down the wrong road. Hit me up.